Okay. Rory, thanks for sitting down with me today. My name's James Masella from Movie Death Blows. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good, good. I got to tell you, before I even ask you a question, I had to practice this in my head because I kept calling you Kieran every time I started the conversation in my head. I was like, don't call him Kieran. Please don't call him Kieran. So
Nice,
I
nice.
succeeded. Rory.
Yeah, yeah. You opened up with Kieran, but yeah. I get it all the time. Don't worry about it.
So what drew you to the role of Mike in 5 Pounds of Pressure? Why'd you want to play that role?
I guess Mike was just sort of I kind of just he was a poor bastard. I just felt sorry for him. The moment you see him, the moment he's introduced, he's dressed like a rodeo clown for some reason. He was kind of just like a head scratcher for a while, and then you just see him get just abused, verbally and then physically, and yeah, just like felt sorry for him. It was just a guy just taking a beating, just getting punished the whole time. Um, I don't know. It was just kind of an exciting character for me.
Yeah, the hat stood out for me right away. I'm like, oh, something bad's gonna happen to this guy. Just I can tell because he's wearing this hat. You just know.
He's asking for it from the start. Yeah, yeah,
And like the last few things I've seen you and you've been playing some unsavory characters under the banner of heaven, City on a Hill. I was just like, man, Rory. I mean, yeah, Rory's going for some interesting parts here. Do you want to
no,
keep
no.
playing roles like that, or do you like playing the good guy more than the creepy guy? I guess.
Uh, yeah. I mean, I'm open to all things, but I just happen to be. They reach out to me for these sort of messed up roles, either drug addicts or cult leaders or you know religious fundamentalists. Uh, yeah, I'm not sure what it says about me, but it's really fun. It's really fun doing this because there's so much freedom in playing an unhinged character. You can do no wrong. You can play the whole scene to the ceiling and never look your scene partner in the eye, and it makes sense. It works. Whereas if you're playing sort of the good guy, a normal person, the English teacher, you're sort of there are more boundaries. So maybe as a challenge, I gotta sort of normalize my performances a little more. But as of now, I'm liking the strangeness of it all.
Yeah, I think Scream 4 kind of setting you on that descent. We're like, this guy could be kind of a psycho at that point, I guess.
I think you're right. I think that was the one. Yeah.
You know, Alex Pettyfer plays your uncle in this movie, which is weird because you're actually older than him in real life, right? He plays Lev, your uncle. What's it like doing some of those scenes with him? Because he looks pretty intense when you guys are on set together.
Yeah, yeah, he's great. And we've both been doing it since we were kids. So and it shows with him as a scene partner. You can just feel it when a guy knows what he's doing. He's totally well prepared, but a generous actor too. And yeah, there's you can feel when someone has that kind of experience. And Alex was, yeah, he's a great scene partner, and I loved just not only working with him, after they call action, but also afterwards and discussing the work. And yeah, he was great. I hope to work with him again.
Yeah, I think one of the interesting things about 5 Pounds of Pressure is a lot of the main characters don't actually meet each other. Like you only meet Luke Evans' character twice. Alex, I don't think ever meets him. And Eli, he meets him, in the bar at the end, but he has a history with him. That's something I found super interesting because you don't see that in movies often. Did you find that interesting as well?
Yeah, yeah. Like I've been asked what it's like to work with Luke Evans, and it was great for the couple hours we worked together. But yeah, I mean, I kind of like that. There's all these different storylines, and some people might gravitate towards one more than the other, and there's sort of it's a variety pack of characters, and uh, yeah. But I just sort of have to stay selfish in my own character, and hopefully that works.
I got to tell you, I'm doing this interview right now from Bucks County, Pennsylvania, right outside Doylestown, which I know you have a history with from your time in Signs about 22
That's right.
years ago at that point.
Yeah.
My wife is actually an employee at Del Val University, where I know you guys had the farm scenes and everything like that.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's
Any
right.
memories you have being about here, like a 12, 13-year-old out in Doylestown, Bucks County? Any memories you can share, stories?
Yeah, I mean, I just loved running through those cornfields. Uh, like I remember in between takes, I was with Joaquin Phoenix, and we just started running through the cornfields. And then when we got back to set, they were kind of horrified because all those leaves on the corn stalks were cutting my face. So I had all these cuts on my face, and the makeup department was like, "What are you doing?" Uh, so yeah, no, just kind of being a kid and running around that area yeah, it was a lot of fun.
That was such a big deal for us when we were younger. We're like, oh, M. Night Shyamalan shooting a movie here. He's in Newtown. He's in Doylestown. That was so big for us, and he does all of his stuff here. So it was just such a fun time when that movie and the filming was going on for everybody that lived out here.
Yeah, he's loyal to his hometown.
Clearly. And I know a couple years ago we did get like a secret sequel to Unbreakable with Split. If Night comes back to you now and is like, Rory, I want to do Signs too when the aliens come back. Are you like, let's do it? Or are you like, I'm done with Bucks County. No more aliens for me.
Yeah, I don't see that happening, but of course I'd be open to working with Knight again. I think he's a great. He has so many cool ideas. It's unique mind, that guy.
What was it like working with the director on this film, Phil Alaloco? He was the writer, director, producer, everything like that.
Yeah, it was great. He kind of lived this life. And that when I first sat down with him, yeah, he was telling me stories about a lot of these scenes are based off of real things that happened to him, and he lost some friends to this world, and yeah, he was great, but he always keeps it light, and he never, that was one of his main things when we first met was like, I want to keep it light on set. We don't have to. I don't want anyone losing their temper or anything, and no one came close to that. So it's interesting because it's really an intense subject matter, but very sort of light and fun set, which was cool.
You can you talk about what you have going on in the future? Any projects you can tell us about now? I know you were in Swarm recently and that last season of Black Mirror, but I'm just curious what you're or if you're working on anything right now.
Yeah, I did a film called Degenerate with Emil Hirsch, and then I did a film called Dead Guy with Michael Shannon. They're both in the edit now. And then I did this strange project with Ben Sinclair, the guy who did High Maintenance. He sort of put this weird cult together for 2 weeks, and there wasn't a script, but there were three cameras going at all times. We were all mic'd all day, and yeah, it got weird, and he's sort of trying to cut something together now. So yeah, sort of three things in the edit, and then we're just coming off a strike now, so hopefully some cool projects come my way.
I'm sure they will, especially with the creepiness that you play things with that we've already covered at this point.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
I've got to ask you one more question before we wrap up here. What's it like when you and your brothers get together? Kieran, McCulkey, everything like that, or Macaulay. What is it like? Are you guys like real cool with each other? Is there a lot of competition that goes on? Kieran's kind of got a big head right now from coming off Succession, and him and Pedro Pascal. I know are feuding at all the award ceremonies in a cheeky way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, it's we get along real well. I guess the only time we're competitive is if we like bust out the old Nintendo and put on some Mortal Kombat or something. But other than that, they're dads now. They both have two kids. So yeah, I'm just like the fun Uncle Rory, and I'm no longer the youngest Culkin, which kind of pisses me off. But yeah, yeah, they're family men now. So yeah.
There was a meme going around a couple months ago. Who would win in a fight, the Skarsgård brothers or the Culkin brothers? What do you think? Can you guys take
I
them?
I just heard of this. Yeah, somebody asked Kieran that, and he kind of rolled over for him. He was like, "Oh, they would win," and that's the kind of attitude that's going to get us killed, man. If we were to get in there, I would get your head in the game. I've strategized. I think we go for the eyes. I think I could take Walter. If we take Walter out or maybe Bill out quickly, Alexander would be the real problem. So as long as we can get him 2-on-1 against Alexander, I think we have a shot. But we'd have to fight dirty.
Yeah,
We'd have to go for the ankles, go for the balls, go for the eyes.
no doubt. I mean, I interviewed Alex in person. He's at least 6'4", 6'5" on a good day. So I mean, you're
Oh,
already
they're they're
outnumbered at that
they're
point.
Vikings. They're Vikings. It's a real David and Goliath. But what happened there?
David won.
Hey, just saying.
All right. Rory, I appreciate your time. Thanks for sitting down with me to talk about 5 pounds of pressure. Hopefully we get to talk again soon and we get to see what you're working on later. Thanks, man.
Yeah, that would rule. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.